Hey, Samuel, you and I have been involved with the nation's Ninth of Av for, it's going on 5 years now. You and your family have been involved more intimately with the land of Israel, with the Jewish people. In fact, you are headed there now, I think, starting your travel tomorrow as we're recording. The whole point of the nation's Ninth of Av is to help people from our side of the family, the Christian side, understand a history that is transparent to us, and
Yes.
why it is that there's this wall of separation between Christians and Jews that stems from the tragedies of ages past. What is it about the, could I say, systemic anti-Semitism of the church? Is that a relevant phrase?
Yeah, perhaps so.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, there seems to be a root within Christianity that has only grown over the centuries, and whether we realize it or not, we have a history that is not as pretty as we would like to think, especially when it comes to dealing with the Jewish people. And I think, today, and I would say just the way what I've experienced is I feel like a lot of Christians, they know the history and they don't want to deal with it, or they don't know the history and they have conveniently rejected or not looked into Christianity and the darker sides of Christianity and its approach that it's taken towards it, and the stance that has been presented by not just Christianity in general, but a lot of Christian forefathers through the ages. And so when Christians come to Israel, a lot of them, especially those that aren't well informed or understand the history, or know that there's a bad past, but have kind of said those weren't true Christians, and we're the true ones, and we're coming with the true message. It's kind of hard for the Jewish people to receive that, obviously, right? There's a history that they know very well, and it's very interesting because there are people of remembrance. The Jewish people are built on remembrance, and that's something that you have to recognize, and it's something that's kept them as a people throughout history. So starting at the Exodus from Egypt, really when God kind of called them out to be his nation, he says, remember what I did for you, remember that I brought you out. And continually, there's the Passover Seder. They say it's a remembrance of the Exodus from Egypt. There's the every Erev Shabbat, Sabbath evening, they'll say we're doing, basically that they'll hold up a cup of wine and say this is done in remembrance of the Exodus from Egypt. There's all this remembrance of the past and what they've been through and what has made them a nation. And so too, just as they remember, 3,500 years ago, they're obviously going to remember something that happened, let's say 1,000 years ago, right? A millennium ago. And with that is our Christian history. And so the Jewish people, because of their remembrance, because they have this ingrained pursuit of remembering, they don't forget very easily, as we would like to whitewash history. And because of that, when we as Christians come and want to join in, and we say, hey, we're the people of the book, right? You're the people of the book, you follow the Bible. We're also the people of the book, we follow the Bible. The Jewish people are kind of maybe in shock, because they question, like what book have you been following, right? Which book are you talking about? You say you're the people of the book, you've been following the book, but the book that we've been following has taken us on a seemingly completely different path than the book that you say you've been following all this time. And so the reality, I think, for us is that we need to get back to understanding, first of all, the book and understanding who the people of the book are. And as we join ourselves and connect to the book, that should be connecting us to the Jewish people. And so I think we have a lot of retraining, relearning of our minds, of recognizing what's happened in the past, of recognizing that, yes, maybe that wasn't true Christianity as we would like to understand it. At the same time, it's the Christianity that really has been passed down through the ages, and it's something that we have to make right. And if it's not us, if we just want to whitewash over it, you can whitewash over, say, mold and graffiti, but it's still there. And so really what we have to do is go in and make the changes ourselves and come humbly to the Jewish people in deep humility and say, we're here, we recognize our bad history. You can't say those were not real Christians, because they were. I mean, define Christian then, right? They were people that said that they were doing all of that in the name of Jesus, and so we have to recognize that fact, and then we have to completely reject that. And I would say that means rejecting a lot of Christianity and starting over. I would say that we are in a new era. We need to get back to first century, connecting to the disciples and saying, what is our place within the redemption that God is doing in the world today.